Hi everyone, today we from Group Q will be talking to you about the impact of effective management on the success of KFC. Before we go any further, I would like to talk to you about our presentation outline. First we have our introduction, which is where I will explain the purpose of this project. Moving on, we have our discussion, which is where we will talk about our findings from the interview we conducted. After that, we have our conclusion and recommendations for the organization. Moving on to the introduction, the purpose of this project was to provide us with an opportunity to understand the management practices in real-life organizational settings, as well as understanding the impact of effective management on the overall success of an organization. The organization of our choosing was the Kentucky Fried Chicken branch nearby our university in Sri Iskandar. The interview was carried out with the manager, Mr. Shafiq, on Thursday, the 7th of March at 9 AM.
So next, I will be presenting on Chapter 1 of discussion, which is management environment. So based on our findings, we can conclude that organizational culture plays an important part in all managerial process. Besides, it determines how far that an organization will be able to progress. And we also can conclude that organizational culture affects manager in terms of what employees do and how they behave. And the second one is its effect on what managers do. So based on our interview with Mr. Shafiq, which is the manager of KFC Sri Iskandar, we can find out that KFC has implemented a strong culture which contributed towards its success in Malaysia and also globally, which in turn minimized the need for formal rules and regulations. Furthermore, it also creates consistency and orderliness without need for a written documentation, whereby the culture will be automatically incorporated in all the workers once he or she has accepted the culture implemented by KFC. So in conclusion, this has made Mr. Shafiq's job much more easier as a manager.
Hello, I'm Alfera, and today I'm going to talk about Chapter 2, which is Foundation of Decision Making. So in this chapter, it facilitates us in our daily decision making in terms of types of decision and how decisions should be made. As a result from our interview with Mr. Shafiq, he executed all 4 elements in his decision making for the company, which are planning, organizing, leading and controlling. He, however, emphasized in controlling being the utmost important skill to master in order to be a competent manager. Mr. Shafiq always avoids using heuristic to simplify a process, which can lead to errors and biases inside his decision making. Whenever he faces challenges in making a decision, he will always look up for guidance from the area coach in Lumut, where these managers will have historical data from the past personal experience or secondary information to come in and guide Mr. Shafiq in applying his intuitive decision and for him to assign any alternatives to ease him in making his decision. Mr. Shafiq also implies technology for aiding his decision making. Mr. Shafiq always does his best in guaranteeing goals achieved. A good decision should be judged by a process used and not the result achieved. Factors outside of our control are adversely affecting the outcome.
Moving on to Chapter 3, Planning Strategies and Process. So what is planning? Planning involves defining an organizational goals, establishing an overall strategy, and developing plans to achieve those goals. It basically establishes the basis of all other things managers do. It is concerned with what is to be done and how it is to be done to achieve that goal. KFC is a global organization, and no doubt it is a global organization. The manager, Mr. Shafiq of the KFC branch here in Sri Iskandar, implements a formal planning strategy. This is done because he defines a specific goal covering a specific period of time. He writes down these goals and makes it available for organizational members, and he uses this goal to develop specific plans that clearly defines the path the organization will take to get from where it is to where it wants to be. A clear example can be seen where Mr. Shafiq has a group briefing every morning with the purpose of briefing his employees of the daily target and goals that the employees has to achieve for that day. Strategic management is also implemented by Mr. Shafiq in managing the KFC branch here in Sri Iskandar. To increase or decrease due to the dynamic market changes.
So I will be talking about Chapter 4, Managing Human Resources. So first of all, we have to ask, what role does a human resource management play? They play a very important role in managerial processes, as they are the bridge between employers and employees. So now a HRM has many tasks, but their three most prioritized tasks is 1. The addition of new members through recruitment, 2. The reduction of staff members through downsizing, and lastly, the selection of future managerial posts from the current staff members. So after having a discussion with Mr. Shafiq, we asked certain questions regarding their incentive, bonuses, and their take against harassment in the workplace. So for the first part, they mentioned that they have certain incentives provided for the employees for their hard work, and also to act as a role model for future award winners. So one of the awards is Employee of the Month award, where 8 of the best employees in a year will be able to meet with their CEO during their annual party. Next part is their take against harassment in the workplace, most importantly sexual harassment. So HRM has already set protocols and rules against that. First, there will be a disciplinary hearing for the offender, and after repeated course of action, after repeated times, there would be termination letters sent to the offender.
And I'll be talking to you about managing change and innovation. As we should know by now, change and innovation is a very important part of an organization. An organization that resists change, that does not want to innovate, is an organization that will regress and most definitely will fail in the future. Moving on, in KFC, from the interview carried out, we have determined that changes are implemented carefully with due consideration. This is because the manager in KFC acts as a change agent. So if he rashly implements changes, he will have to live with the consequences. Moving on, these changes are discussed and monitored closely upon implementation. Once a change is implemented, it is monitored by the manager and his superiors. If the change is determined to not be effective, the change is scrapped. If the change is determined to be effective, the change remains. We also identified that KFC uses SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis can be divided into 2: external factors and internal factors. External factors, we have opportunities and threats. Under opportunities, we have identified that KFC takes every chance it has to be a part of events in nearby universities. As for threats, we have identified that the construction happening outside of KFC, once it reaches its peak phase, will pose a problem to customers getting to and leaving from KFC. Going to internal factors, the strength and weakness. The strength, I believe, we identified was among the employees as well as the manager in KFC. They are close and work as a cohesive unit, meaning they are very united. Moving on to the weakness, I believe that one of the main weakness of KFC is the individual competence of the employees in KFC. Not as a unit or whole, it's just a few people. At times they get complacent and they get lazy and they don't do their jobs as they're supposed to.
So next, I will be proceeding on the recommendation. So basically for our project, we will be having 2 recommendations. The first one is operation of all counters at peak hours. The main purpose is to increase the efficiency of the organization. So the next one is we are recommending anonymous feedback forms for customers. This is because customers is the main pillar of every organization and it contributes to the success of the organization.
In conclusion, we can see the impact of effective management on the success of KFC. This can be seen as KFC has implemented a good and strong culture among its employees. Decision-making skills is also of high importance in order for KFC to stay on track and remain successful. Planning is also of the utmost importance so that KFC can keep up, if not outperform its competitors. Human resource also plays a very vital role in KFC, and KFC also manages change and